have a seat. Yeah, I know this is different. Quit with the questions. Allow me a second, please, to make my first impression.
Hey, welcome back to another Pounds 978 video. And wow, this figure is incredible. But before we talk about it, I want to shout out my boy MCU Collector 24. Go give him a follow on Instagram. He did me the hugest favor by grabbing me this figure at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. Lord knows I couldn't make it to San Diego, and so I asked the only person I thought would do it for me, and he did it for me without a question. So shout out to you, bro. I appreciate the love. This figure is amazing. I would have bought it aftermarket. Even though it's an exclusive, I knew it was gonna go somewhere else, and just as I expected, it ended up on the Bandai website. But I couldn't be happier grabbing it from MCU Collector. So again, bro, shout out to you. I appreciate it, man. You really did me a huge favor here. The San Diego Comic-Con 2022 Storm Collectibles Kintaro is the same Kintaro as the normal release, except this one has blood on it, and there's some different accessories that you might not know about, and we'll get into later. But the painting on it looks really good. Like, the blood looks kind of like blood. It looks like he ate someone or he bit into something and the blood is dripping from his mouth. I thought that was cool when I saw that, and it would look good with a bunch of accessories we already have. But if you've already seen this Kintaro or the other Kintaro, then there's nothing really new here, just the blood effects. And some people collect the bloody figures, some people collect the clean figures. I do clean figures mostly, but as far as the bosses go, I keep the bosses bloody and clean. I just don't have a clean Shao Kahn or bloody Goro, but I do have duplicates of some of the bosses. I got like 7 Motaros, and I got 3 Kintaros now, including the blood effect version. Long story behind that. I wanted it so bad I pre-ordered one, and then I bought one on eBay. Anyway, the paint still looks good all the way, even on the back side. The lines are crisp. There's really no fuzziness. The blood is also on the back, on the shoulders, on the feet, on the back of the heels. You kind of get the impression that he actually beat somebody up rather than he got beat up, because you can see the blood dripping down his face. He bit something. It's on his chest. His fists are bloody. He pounded something out. His shoulders, spikes are bloody, like he's ran into somebody, versus the clean version where it looks good too, honestly. I just think I kind of like this bloody version a little more because these guys are supposed to get bloody. But like I stated earlier, if you've seen one, you've seen the other. They're both essentially the same, just has blood deco on it. Even the colors, like the color may be slightly darker on the bloody version. It's like the orange, but the paintwork is pretty similar. Everything is super clean. There's not much to complain about as far as paint or body build. These figures are interchangeable, so you could take a bloody head and put it on a clean body and vice versa to just get different variations. But you're wondering, how does it move? How does the figure articulate? Again, if you've seen the other Kintaro review I made a month back, then you will know it's the same exact figure, but for your entertainment purposes, I will move the figure around slightly. I'm not gonna go through all the articulation, but the shoulders do go all the way up, and that's higher than what Goro went up. So that's pretty cool. It's more of a Y pose than a T pose. The second arms are more like a T pose. You can get rotation on that shoulder, 360. It's a bicep cut that you can't really use, but it is there. Double jointed elbows that give you enough flexibility to hammer things down. And I don't know, just playing with these 4 arms are fun, and it keeps me entertained long enough to want to pose the figure in different positions. And now with more of the bloody effects, man, I can do so much with this. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take some time and start playing with these things. I haven't really posed them around as I should, because I've had so many for so many years. Ab crunch works. Sorry for ranting right there. Diaphragm works, of course. And the strap on the chest is pretty loose. Legs split out. They go out a little further, but they're pretty tight, and I don't want to push it out any further than what I have to. The back cut on the diaphragm is a little shorter than I want it to be, because it gets caught up sometimes when you crunch it forward, and a couple figures do that from Storm Collectibles. But it's nothing too serious. Again, this figure for me is great. Now that I have Kintaro along with Motaro, Goro, and Shao Kahn, you know I need Shiva and a Shang Tsung. So, but you do get all the articulation you need, so have no worries. This figure will pose. Oh, one thing too I want to mention is the feet. The feet, you finally can pose this figure where Goro's a pain in the ass to stand. This guy you can actually put in several poses and he holds himself up. So shout out to Storm Collectibles for fixing the ankle pivot and ankle hinges on that. The accessories you will receive with Bloody and Clean Kintaro. Clean Kintaro, you'll get the Sub-Zero arms. Bloody Kintaro, you'll get the Scorpion arms. I prefer the Sub-Zero arms over the Scorpion arms, but they're cool to have nonetheless. A lot of people don't like these accessories because they think they should have came with the original figure. For me, I think it's cool that they come with Kintaro, because sometimes Storm Collectibles can put out another of the same figure with just different arms and call it an exclusive or something, like the masked Sub-Zero with the ice arms. He's so hard to find. He's very expensive. I don't have that. I don't wish to get it because I don't need it. And there's people who don't own the Sub-Zero that these arms go to. So I can understand why they don't like the accessory so much. But you got to have a Scorpion in your collection, so those arms are going to be pretty cool. I've never seen Scorpion arms light up though, so that's one thing. But these accessories are nice too. These are the blood splat effects and the head split down the center. You get a peg stand to hold the fire flame up. The blood effects I do like. The more the merrier. You can rip arms off and rip heads off and make it appear as if blood is splattering. And I like that a lot. There's not much difference in paint between the two brains and the blood effects. They look pretty similar, pretty close. So if you want to buy Kintaro and you want to use the accessories, you got to have either one of these figures. And for those of you who don't have it and get mad and say, well, I don't have that figure, I don't want those arms. Well, that's your loss, honestly. You can still get both of these figures. Probably not Scorpion, but you can find Sub-Zero out there, still retail. And you could use the ice arms for the old Sub-Zero if you want to. Or you could even sell the accessories to someone. I'm sure someone would be happy to pick them up. So yes, you need to own these two figures if you want to use the accessories properly. And you can see they look great with them, so I'm happy that they included them. And yes, I understand your concern. If you don't have the figure, then they really don't mean anything to you. But I think of it this way: if they weren't included, again, they could have put out a re-release with the ice arms and called it an exclusive, and we would have bought it anyway. So the fact that we don't have to do that, I think is a pretty good thing. Some people may not like the idea that in order to get the Scorpion arms, you have to buy a Bloody Kintaro. What if you already bought a clean Kintaro for the Sub-Zero arms, and now you have to buy a Bloody Kintaro for the Scorpion arms just to get the arms? And that's dumb, but I wanted both bloody and clean figures, so for me, they're both just bonuses to have the arms. But again, most people don't collect bloody and clean. It's sometimes either or. And if you collect clean, then you have to get the bloody to get the arms. So I understand there's so many concerns there, but there are collectors who are completionists and want everything from a specific line. So, you know, you can't satisfy everybody sometimes. I do like the arms. I think they look good on the figure. They pose well. They look great when you use the accessories, especially the ice arms. You can use the ice effects really well with the ice arms. These firearms they don't convince me. I don't know. I look at them and I'm not like, those are on fire. They just look translucent orange. I think maybe they should have did it the other way around. More people are clean collectors, so we would have bought the clean figure for the Scorpion arms. And if we really wanted the iced out Sub-Zero arms, we'd have to get the bloody version. So I think that would have probably sold more units, but what do I know? Scorpion's been sold out for a while now, so maybe they thought at least more people have Scorpion. Maybe they'll want the arms. But that's your choice, bloody versus clean. It's up to you to get the one you prefer for the accessories or figure you prefer. If it was up to me and I only had the option to get one, I would probably get the clean version only because I prefer the Sub-Zero arms with my figure. You know what I mean? Rather than the Scorpion arms, now that I've seen them personally. But when you see them in package, you want the Scorpion arms. In my hand, I'm not really too impressed with the Scorpion arms. But in the comments below, let me know which one you want more, which one you think is better, bloody or clean, iced out Sub-Zero arms or flammable Scorpion arms. Both are really cool to me. I can't really tell you. I took some pictures. I want to show you some pics really quick. Again, these things are so fun for photography, and I'm not even great at that. So I can imagine someone who is going to have an amazing time posing these things around and getting fatalities and brutalities and even friendships. Kung Lao has a friendship. So this is dope. I'm impressed. Appreciate the love, y'all. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will see you in the next video. Appreciate it. Peace.